There. That's it. That's him.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. You know who I am. But first, let me say my little sayings before I go to my videos, because first of all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mr. Womack has officially entered the building. But before I go on all that, I see a lot of you fucking clowns out there biting my sayings. And then y'all got the nerve to get mad at other motherfuckers biting on you. Look, you guys are fucking clowns, for real. I'm just gonna drop it at that. You know who I'm talking about. I don't drop names over here. And please don't make videos about me saying this, saying that. Because if you do, I'm going after your AdSense money. Because, trust me, there's a couple people who literally went to YouTube to get me off for their ass. And that's how I'll be. I'm on that dumb shit. So, let me go in. Today's topic is gonna be we're gonna talk about the D. No, not down there, ladies. We're gonna talk about the D as in Detroit. It was only a matter of time before this shit fucking went off and started cracking. First of all, you got ex-mayor Kwame Kilpatrick going back to prison because they're basically saying he was a mob boss. He was like the old-time political mob bosses in certain cities. You know what was going on. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he did. I can't say for a fact, but somebody got to be the fall guy, and hey, he's there. Probably ever a brother. You know how motherfuckers get. Whenever they hear they're going to get fucking football numbers, motherfuckers turn them fucking songbirds and they turn to Whitney Houston. They be singing like a motherfucker. But I'm going to talk about that situation. Talk about how we told y'all before. We had a video about Stockton, California. That's it. Stockton, California was one of the first major cities to go bankrupt. And in that video, I made the comment, or I even said in the comment section, I thought it would have been Detroit. Because what they were saying, Detroit was in shitty shape. You can still get you can get a nice house in Detroit, by the way. But Detroit has the stigma as being one of a typical Rust Belts. Unfortunately, has a stigma as being the worst Rust Belt city. But now Detroit has gotten to the point where the finances, where the state has approved a manager to oversee Detroit. And the bad part about it, now you're going to cut funds and services, and people, they're going to say, well, no services will be cut. You're going to have to do something to get them. Where are you getting the money from? You aren't getting the money from the taxpayers, because the tax-paying base in Detroit, they're moving out. They're losing manufacturing, so they're losing people. And the problem here's the problem with a lot of some of these cities I see. There's a problem with the D. I'm not going to say a problem. I'm saying a problem with the leadership in the D. If you look towards Pittsburgh and towards maybe Buffalo, to a certain degree, maybe Syracuse, a certain degree, maybe, northern New England. A lot of these manufacturing bases, even Chicago to a certain degree, if you look at a lot of these cities that have a large manufacturing base, I can use Pittsburgh, for example, because, like I said, we moved there. We moved to that area. We lost a lot. In Pittsburgh, they lost a lot of manufacturing base. You can even go Wilkie this shit up. What I'm saying is true. They lost a lot of it was manufacturing dependent. And what happened was when all the mills, the steels, the glass, and all these mills, the coal mines went dead, what are you going to do? You got to Pittsburgh reinvented itself. And now it's like a tech, medical deal where, whatever, it reinvented itself. And I would have thought that in a million years that, motherfuckers wore bowling shirts to fucking weddings back there, I think it's the only place where a fucking Steeler uniform, wearing a football uniform, NFL jersey to work is acceptable every day. But I digress. What I'm saying is the D hardly had, they were dependent on manufacturing. And at the same time, now they want to get dependent on, shooting this casino in Greektown bullshit. But at the end of the day, where's your tax base? Who's paying for all this? Outside of gambling joints, you don't have no sustainable manufacturing presence or no sustainable income. Like I said, people are moving out of the D. But now you got to make them tough decisions. And the people of Detroit need to speak out, because at the end of the day, I want to tell you what a local politician told me before. I'm telling a local by the way, I do talk to politicians. I just don't tell you people about it. Maybe I'll have one on camera one day. A local politician told me, quit worrying about what the federal government does and worry about what your local government does, because you have more control over that than you do what the federal government does. When he told me that was true. I have more sway and input. Like I said, here's how messed up my situation is. People like, I moved here to Columbus, and I've been here for a minute now. People, they're talking about going maybe to like the award system. People have actually told me I need to run if they did it. And I'm like, hold up, that ain't fucking happening, you know. At first I laughed it off, I thought it was a joke, but they were serious. But I couldn't run because I know a lot of you motherfuckers would TMZ me to death. I'd be in the Inquirer, motherfuckers would pop out of the woodwork on me. I'm just gonna leave that as it is, but back to the D. People of the Detroit have to step up and have to say something. You have to vote, you have to get out there, because if you're gonna sit there and take it, I don't think the state's gonna like give you money. You're gonna earn your money in the D. I mean, it's just, you know, this infrastructure, it's infrastructural dysfunction. You know, you add that to the mix, it's just, the D got some problems, man. I mean, Detroit's a good city too. I got lots of friends up in the D. So, I don't know, man, it's just rough in the D. So, I hope y'all make it. Now, shout out to all my homeboys and homegirls up in the D, all up in Wayne County, you know. All shout out to all the ones over there in Grand Rapids. I know it's not the D, but I got shout out to Grand Rapids. You know, it's in the building. Shout out to Flint. You know what's Flint know what's up. So I'm out of here. Peace.
There. That's it. That's him.